Hi, I'm Joe, and today we're going to look into my absolute favorite subject, and that is phase. I'm going to show you how to get a real tight drum sound, and also how to work with phase in a more creative way that you might not have thought of before. So let's go. So first of all, a brief introduction to what I mean when I say phase. What is phase or phasing? Let's say that you have a sound source that you mic with a few different microphones. You might have one close by and another one far away. So there's a timing difference between the two microphones. And the effect of the time difference is that the sound can be a bit smeary or phasey or not as precise. A typical example of this is a drum kit where you have a lot of different microphones throughout the whole kit. So when trying to time align all of these microphones within the drum kit, we need to decide which one of all of these microphones that is kind of the 0 point where everything else is going to be time aligned to. So I typically choose one of the overhead mics and then all of the other close mics I can delay so that everything will be kind of in phase. So let me show you what I mean and how I work with the plugin InPhase. So what I have here is a drum kit where I've just picked out the kick microphone, snare top, snare bottom, and the overhead. So let's have a listen to how this sounds, and I will use my headphones so that I can hear what you hear. So what I typically do is that the first step is to time align the overhead microphones to each other. So let's press capture and tell the drummer to play a beat. Here we go. And then we can just zoom into the waveforms in order to kind of see how closely they match. As you can see, I pay close attention to the positioning of the overhead microphones when I set these up. So these are basically in phase already, and if they weren't, we could delay either the left or the right microphone to get them to more closely line up. So both overhead microphones are aligned to each other. Then we'll take a look at the snare, or rather, let's go for the kick. So here we set the side chain to listen to the overhead input. Let's capture a snippet of this. Here we go. So at the top we have the kick mic, and at the bottom we have the overhead left microphone. The kick microphone kind of arrives earlier than the overhead microphone. So let's delay this one a bit, and in this case we delayed the kick microphone 4.48 milliseconds. So let's move on to the snare top and do the same procedure. We'll capture a bit. Lastly, let's do the same thing for the snare bottom mic. All right, so we have time aligned all our close mics to the left overhead microphone. So let's have a listen and see if it makes any difference. So let's start with everything off and I will turn it on. So to me, that's a huge difference. In headphone, absolutely, but in a big PA, the drums really come to life and kind of sings. So I told you that I have another way to work creatively with the InPhase plugin, or rather anything that you can delay and time align. So let's have a look at this guitar track. This is one guitar player, and I have two microphones to mic up his amplifier. Let's have a listen to how it sounds without anything on. So as you can hear, with both of these microphones on at the same time, it almost feels like it's less guitar and in this case more drums, because the guitars are so out of phase with each other. So in this case, I don't really care about the capture feature. I just want to mess with the delay time for one of the microphones. So let's hit play and I will just mess around with the delay time. In this case, I end up at around 2 milliseconds of delay for one of the microphones. And if we just flip this in and out, you can really hear the difference. And this works for basically any source that has two or more microphones or DIs. If you have a DI and a microphone on the bass amplifier, this is a perfect way to kind of fine-tune things in order to find the tone. So yeah, that's how I work with phase in the Waves LV1 system. If you have any questions, let me know, and take care.